What was that?
Dude!
My name is Ryan Krinios, and I really like Skyblock. I pretty much grew up watching the Let's Plays, playing the mod packs, and even though Skyblock themed Minecraft servers, oh my god, dude. I think there's something so fun yet so simple about a floating island with limited resources, where all you've got is the bare essentials surrounded by an empty void. Sounds like fun, right? So one day, I asked myself, could you speedrun Minecraft Skyblock? And the answer is, maybe. Any game with a clear objective could be done in a speedrun, but how do you beat a Minecraft map like Skyblock that has no end? Then I realized the map comes with 50 optional objectives. So theoretically, if you could somehow beat all 50 objectives in the fastest time possible, you could speedrun Skyblock, right? Well, let's find out. Now, the first thing you do in any Skyblock world is build a cobblestone generator. And you can't mess this up like I almost did.
This thing is that this run could end fairly soon. Actually, even before that, because I don't remember how to make one. I actually forgot how to make a cobblestone generator. Oh shit. Which side does the water go? I think it's this one. We're good. Okay, I did not fuck up the cobblestone generator. That was not a joke. I almost fucked that up.
Now, after that close call, I broke down the tree, replanted the saplings, and expanded the island. I started mining for cobblestone until I could craft stone tools in a furnace. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Most of these objectives are pretty easy. The first actual challenge comes when you finally get enough cobblestone to bridge over to the other island in the sky, which contains 27 blocks of sand, a cactus, and a chest containing 10 obsidian, a melon slice, and pumpkin seeds.
Okay. Now I think it's 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I gotta place 1, 2. And then finally 1, 2, 3. Okay. We did not fuck up the nether portal. A lot of Skyblock is spent grinding or waiting for things. It sounds boring, and it kind of is. Now, I didn't really realize at first, but mob drops are really important to this run, such as string, bones, arrows, ender pearls, gold nuggets, and leather. The leather most of all being the most challenging thing to get. Not to mention needing 30 of them for 10 bookshelves. Now, if I'm being honest, I didn't put a lot of thought into how to get these mob drops. I figured I'll use a platform I got the sand from and farm mobs that way. It wasn't the best method. Oh, that's not good. I don't like that. That's worse. No! What the fuck? That wasn't the only issue. Back when the map was first created, you could only get leather if a cow spawned on your island. But in version 1.21, it was quite literally impossible. But there was one way that we could avoid getting leather from cows and also get drops like string and ender pearls without relying on a mob farm. And that was piglin bartering. Piglins spawn in the nether on any unlit surface. So we could build a platform, farm zombie piglins, get their gold, and trade with actual piglins. There's one small problem with this. There was no way we could farm for mob drops, fish, and crops in the overworld while farming for gold. Only one dimension could be loaded at one time. We had to choose one or the other, which in itself is a massive time loss. But we had no other choice, so we waited and waited and waited until eventually almost 6 hours had passed, and we were barely closer to our goal of completing all 50 objectives. It became increasingly obvious that I had no idea what I was doing. The method I came up with, while it made some sense in my head, was not properly optimized and wasted a lot of time, which in a speedrun doesn't make for a good route. It was clear I had more research to do, and while it definitely seemed possible, it was not something I could do on this stream. We were 6 hours in, I was tired, I was sick, so I was done. I decided to throw in the towel and try again some other time. The next morning I woke up and I saw I had a message in my chat from someone named Ortho. How he saw I was doing a Skyblock speedrun and informed me that he's actually the world record holder for that category and also wrote a guide just a few days prior. And what's so weird about this is I had no idea this guy existed. And if you don't believe me, at the time of writing this, only 4 people have speedran Skyblock, including me. I have no idea how he found my stream, but if I didn't see his message, then this video wouldn't exist. So it became clear that I should give it another shot. I studied his guide, which says that it's better to play in version 1.8.9 for the best mob drops. And given this was our biggest challenge, it seemed to make the most sense. So I loaded up Minecraft version 1.8.9 and I started my timer. First, you spawn in, place lava here, break tree, get saplings, plant them immediately, dig a few blocks, collect the lava, place ice here, break the ice, and create a cobblestone tower leading down to the void. Now you have your cobblestone generator. Now collect so much cobblestone, more than you think you need. Craft the furnace, smelt 1 log for charcoal for torches, expand the island to make room for more dirt, to grow more trees because we're gonna need a lot of them. Use water and slabs to get below the sand island and collect everything. Plant the cactus, build the portal, place wood slabs to catch fire, wait for it to light, and go in. Collect everything and leave. We'll come back later. That was just step 1, by the way. Plant the birch sapling, make an infinite water source, plant sugarcane, melon, pumpkins, and collect even more cobblestone, because next is the hardest part of this run. Like I said earlier, most things you need will come from mobs, so we have to build a proper mob farm. And do you recall this tower from earlier? We're gonna build this at Y0. Here's the mob farm. It's 4 8x8 platforms with water in between, running into a central point for mobs to fall and die. Now this is where things get challenging, as any block you place from this point onward is risky mobs spawning on it. And since we're surrounded by nothing, the chances they spawn will grow exponentially. Meaning if you're not careful, a stray mob can easily knock you off and cost you the run. And if you don't believe me, well, now around the 40-minute mark, it'll start raining. It's very important to not miss this, as it only happens once per run. Build up until it starts snowing, collect a few blocks of snow that will be used later. Finish the mob farm, and if all goes right, you'll start getting infinite mob drops besides endermen and witches. These mobs have higher health bars, so you'll have to kill them manually. To make this mob farm work, you must be at least 24 blocks away. So we'll build up, fill the top layer with water, build a platform with our cobblestone generator, and some saplings, and a fishing rod to get our 10 cooked fish. Go down there, collect loot, kill mobs, swim back up, fish, get stone, get wood, and repeat every 5 minutes. At this point in the run, there are only a few more things we need to grind for, one of which is the dye needed for all the wool. Build a platform with running water, where you'll get infinite ink sacs from dying squids. Wait, that's kind of fucked up. And hopefully you should have 15 cacti to get us 15 green dye to make wool later on. We'll take the bone meal to grow red and yellow flowers for every dye and every wool. We'll use all the stone we collected to be crafted into stone buttons, levers, stairs, slabs, and stone pressure plates. And we'll use all the wood to craft signs, ladders, fences, gates, trapdoors, and wood pressure plates. You also craft a bed, 16 glass panes, make 10 bread, grow mushrooms for mushroom stew, craft 10 jack-o'-lanterns to spawn 10 snowmen, and build a simple house. Now finally, the last part of the run is to grind for gold. We need 5 gold ingots, and the best way to do it is to build a platform in the nether, just big enough for pigmen to spawn, with a few blocks here and there so ghast don't spawn, and then a small drop for them to funnel to farm them for gold. And finally, after all this time, all of Skyblock achieved in just under 3 hours. Except there's just one missing. Craft 10 bookshelves. As it turns out, the guide given to me was based off the idea that after Minecraft version 1.3, there was no way to get cows to spawn on your island. They instead chose to replace that objective with growing a large brown mushroom. So going back to the original question, is it possible to speedrun Minecraft Skyblock and get every objective in one play session? Well, the answer is no, you can't. You can only achieve 49 out of 50 objectives, meaning this run might just be impossible. Or so they thought. Once I was done with that run, I wanted to look back at my first attempt and this attempt to see what I could do better. And while I appreciate the route that was sent to me, I felt like it could be improved upon. I knew there must be a way to complete all objectives without waiting for hours just for cows to spawn. Then I remembered piglin bartering. The missing component is piglins giving us leather. And what version of Minecraft do piglins give the most leather? 1.16. I don't know how I didn't think of this. This is like the version of Minecraft you speedrun. Not only that, it's the optimal version for ender pearls too. If I could somehow adapt the 1.8 route into 1.16, there's a big chance we could get every objective in Skyblock. So I downloaded Skyblock one more time, I loaded up Minecraft 1.16, and I got to work. Step 1, spawn in, grab loot, place lava, chop down tree, plant saplings, make cobblestone generator, collect a lot of cobblestone, craft furnace, torches, expand island, bridge to sand island, collect sand, cactus, obsidian, melon, and pumpkin seed. Step 2, Plant cactus. Build nether portal. Wait for lava to light it. Enter nether and grab ice block, sugarcane, and birch sapling. Plant birch sapling. Make infinite water source. Plant sugarcane, melon, and pumpkin. Collect snow when it starts raining. Build mob farm. Build piglin farm. Farm gold and piglin trades for 3 hours. Oh my god. Step 3. Once you got string, gold, ender pearls, and leather from piglin trades, farm for bows, arrows, bones, whatever else you need while getting 10 cooked fish. Bridge out 50 blocks to a river biome. Realize you built in the entirely wrong direction and build a new one. Just to kill even more innocent squids. Oh my god. Craft these things. Bed, paintings, glass panes, buttons, slabs, signs, ladders, fences, fence gates, levers, trapdoors, pressure plates, and stairs. Dude, I'm gonna fucking pass out. Step 4. Grow mushrooms. Flowers to craft pink wool, red wool, orange wool, yellow wool, green wool, lime wool, gray wool, light gray wool, and black wool. Step 5. Make 10 jack-o'-lanterns. Spawn 10 snow golems. Wait for 90 sugarcane to grow, to craft 90 pieces of paper, to craft 30 books, to finally craft 10 bookcases. And after nearly 7 hours, the very last thing you need to do to complete Skyblock is to place your 10 newly crafted bookshelves and your newly constructed home. And time.
Right foot creep.